One of the ways Donald Trump won the 2016 election was through the complete embrace of him by evangelicals, both the base and pastors and leaders in that movement. One of the most prominent is a pastor named Robert Morris. He founded a Texas megachurch in Southlake, Texas. Morris was also a spiritual advisor to Trump while he was in the White House. And here is Trump visiting Morris's church earlier that summer, giving his personal assessment of the man.
I want to thank Pastors Robert Morris and Steve Dullen. They're great people. Great people with a great reputation, I have to say that. Great reputation. And Gateway Church, the team has been incredible in hosting us. And I'd now like to ask Pastor Morris and Bishop Jackson to lead us in prayer.
Well, Robert Morris just resigned from his church following allegations that he sexually abused a child. In a statement to an evangelical news site, Morris said he was involved in an inappropriate sexual behavior with a young lady. Those are his words. He didn't mention that the young lady in question was a 12-year-old girl. In his statement, Trump's one-time spiritual advisor admitted he continued to molest the child on, quote, several occasions over the next few years.
So what you just heard is a sad commentary on a pastor who is accused of sexually molesting a 12-year-old when he was 21. Now, I don't think he was a pastor at the age of 21. So I don't know if that's a silver lining, but it is a bad commentary on this particular pastor. And what I'm trying to reflect on, or try to zoom in on, is discernment or lack of judgment on Donald Trump's part. And, he's not the only one that's guilty of lack of discernment. However, and to go back a little bit, Donald Trump has made a lot of poor judgments in regards to people he knows. He made a poor judgment on the vice president, Mr. Pence. And you can go down the line. He went through a lot of advisors and people who helped him out in his administration really turned his back on him, which is a reflection of his judgment or lack thereof. So I want to focus this video on discernment and how you can make your discernment much more better or more correct, or not have such a lack of judgment, because we are a product of our own decisions, and if we make poor decisions, the outcome of our lives are going to be poor. So I want to focus on a couple of Bible verses to kind of shed some light on how to increase your discernment. In Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12, it reads, "For the word of God is quick and powerful, and sharper than a two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart." So this verse is basically speaking that following the word of God will be a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. And when you're aligning yourself with people, it could be friends, could be a loved one, somebody who you want to maybe date, even employers. If your discernment can figure out the thoughts and intents of the person's heart, then your judgment is going to be a lot better. So basically, the Word of God, reading the Word of God, assimilating to it, is going to make your discernment much greater. Another Bible verse comes from John chapter 4, verse 1. It reads, "Beloved, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God. For many false prophets have gone out into the world." Now, you could specifically talk about this particular pastor being a false prophet, and really shame on him in pastoring a church. Um, Now, I don't think he was all bad. I'm sure that there was some good qualities in him, but in my book, he was a false prophet because of, he's not. Well, he admitted he did do some things to that girl. So, I mean, it is what it is. And so, do you want to align yourself with a pastor in this particular church? And you maybe not want to, because they can lead you astray. So basically, I can blame Donald Trump for having, or accuse Donald Trump for having poor judgment, or I've made poor judgment in my life. But as I've become to align myself with the Word of God and following God's ways, my discernment has gotten a lot better. And I would encourage Donald Trump and everybody else to follow the Word of God, to read the Word of God, to assimilate and believe in it and understand it and follow God's ways. And then when there's a cross in the road, or fork in the road, you'll be taking the correct path as opposed to the sinister path, or the path where it's going to lead to destruction. Okay, people, thank you for listening to me. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like. And as always, God bless.